club FC Napoli. If you recall, earlier in the week there was a post on Napoli's official TikTok account where the striker was believed to be by his own club. This is actually quite strange, considering, you know, when you talk about, you know, particular clubs or, you know, particular set of fans mocking players, you know, you look at the opposition. But in Victor Osimhen's case, it's his own club that is actually making mockery of him. And as well, we have to look at this weekend fixtures in the top leagues. I talk about the German Bundesliga, the Italian Serie A, the Spanish La Liga, and the English Premier League. And not forgetting the fact that Barcelona, FC Barcelona, is under investigation for allegedly bribing referees to actually favor them. Before we continue on the show, we'd like to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll kickstart the show in full swing. All right, welcome back, and we're starting from the home front. And starting from the home front, we have to talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League. The league has not yet started. It was meant to start, but then it has been postponed twice. But then, while the postponement is on, we still have, you know, stories developing from within the league. And number one story that I would like to talk about today is the fact that the Nigerian Professional Football League Board has decided to bar head coach without a CAF B license from sitting on the bench during matches. And according to them, this is actually a way of encouraging the coaches to actually get you know, certification and improve their knowledge of the game, and also improve the technical performance of their team. And this is according to who is actually a member of the Nigerian Football League officer, and the quality of technical performance of the club. A good one, you will say, coming from the NPFL. But do you think that is actually the only thing that, you know, needs to be looked at as far as improving the league is concerned?
Yeah, to me, I feel in as much as it's not the only thing to look at, but it's still it's a welcome development.
Yeah.
From the professional. Because you see, we have a couple of coaches coach in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah.
Like what happened in the case of Elimba, where you have the goalkeeper trainer
Yeah.
handling the team when it comes to CAF organized matches.
Yeah.
It's uncalled for. I think it goes a long way to explain why the performance performance where they didn't get across the round which everyone believed it would be an easy one for them to get past. But when you have your coach sitting on the bench, how can he push the team? How can he teach out instruction when he's not on the bench?
Yeah.
And you left a goalkeeper trainer there. We should be happy that we don't get involved in the course of the play. Already I was being handled by
Well, I was actually going to that. You moved a step ahead of me. The fact that Philip George, the coach of Enyimba FC, was not allowed to sit on the bench during that the CAF Champions League matches that they were involved in. But then a lot of people will argue, Phoenix George has a UEFA license, but then what about the coaches? You're talking about the foreign coaches that you bring to the continent. You talk about the likes of the Pissarro, the likes of Renard, the likes of the former coach of the Super Eagles, what's his name again, Bernard Raw, all coming with their different licenses, and they've been allowed to sit on the bench and coach even our national team. Don't you think that is actually very long because to me it feels like discrimination. You have your own who are supposed to be from the continent, you have a license. Does it mean that if you have your license there as a coach from the continent of Africa, before you are able to practice in Africa, you also have to get that CAB license? When we see coaches from other continent coming to coach in Africa without the said license. I don't know what you have to say about that.
Yeah, if you look at this thing carefully, you see there is a lot of double standard being exhibited in this because if a coach like Phoenix George, in my own opinion, Phoenix George has a qualification to sit on the bench and half mile, because I think when you're talking about half license and what they have over there with the capable hands, you know which person will have the technical ability in the sport and much more than the other. And if it's CAF, there are so many things with CAF that you just, when you look at it, you see they handpick what they want to introduce into in the federation. You see, they'll pick some, they drop some. So in this case, like just as you said, a very good example. If that's the case, then all European coaches things to back up their points. Whenever someone wants to do something that is look like a double standard, you always look for a way. And just like it's done in the law, you see, they'll bring a lot of technicality. The truth is that provided the moment they get into that technicalities, there's nothing that can beat that. They will use the technicalities and then play their double standards and get away with it. But I'm glad with the development. Why I'm happy about it is for our own coaches. Because in long time, or should I say, you keep upgrading yourself. If you want to mix with the creme de la creme in this profession, then you have to keep updating yourself, because with that you get to meet the top coaches in Europe. You get to have some time to spend with them, and with that you improve your technical knowledge. Because when you see, I think that's much reason you see African football, we always have this issue. We are being known not for trend, because it's like it's all about computer to put. I can sit here and send the ball to do start a move here, drop the ball here, and I'll still be at the receiving end. That's when the technicality of the game comes into play. Not you doing the whole job. That's why you can see to score a goal you don't need to have like Liverpool. They have a lot of knowledge.
So
it's a good one. At least they will sit up. even if you have to get the card, you get the card. If you want to get the UEFA license, go and get it. It's still within your reach, and it's your profession. It won't be a bad thing if you have UEFA Pro license.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be used to national team assistant job to pounce on when you can easily go and understudy a European coach. Before you know it, you get a Division 2 club. And if you do so well in that, you get them to the Premier division of that division. We see the like of Sunday Lisi, what he did in C1 division, the top division. Yeah, this is what we love to be seeing top coaches. Now, currently we have one of our own, one of our strikers, he's coaching in Belgium. Yeah. If they have that chance, but I don't have them top coaches in Europe coming back to Nigeria. Yeah. We know that
I know that if I leave, you have a lot to talk about that, but then we still have some other players not being able to fulfill their contractual obligation to a former goalkeeper, Basi Akpan. It will be recalled that Kano Pillars were relegated last season. They went down, and now they are back in the Premier League. And in the first, on return, they are not, going to be able to sign players. If you also know, Abdul Makaiba is, the coach of Kano Pillars assistant. Let's just, put everything together before we move on. There's also a report that the Nigerian Premier Football is to get a new video game entertainment for the fans' pleasure. The pleasure of the fans. This is actually a new experience for us. The video game will comprise all the teams in the Nigerian Professional Football League, and it will be in the game available to game consoles like the PlayStation, Xbox. But then what they are saying is that this game.
A quick one on Kano Pillars. I think it's to get out of that. So if they're able to do that, I think that will force them to. I like the disciplinary action. Regarding the
video game console,
it will be a nice one because I know we used to have them, and also Evolution.
The Kano Pillars, you see the likes of Kano Pillars, you see all those top clubs, but we've never seen a situation where you are, sometimes you're not even allowed.
When you play friendly, with them, you get to see them with the names. Sometimes it's kind of funny, but it's so good to see like playing friendly when you are using Chelsea and you come out. But now having our own complete video game with MPFA teams, it will be a groundbreaking achievement for the league. Like now we should be almost getting ready to come out so that we can use it to be consoling ourselves even when the league
is not on.
It's not on.
Because it's actually quite funny when you think about the fact that the league is not on, but then we are planning a game that will eventually be out by week 3 of the distance. It's actually quite funny, but then I'm quite excited. I'm looking forward to seeing this particular game console. I want to see how it works. Hopefully, this will actually change the face of local football. Moving on, let's still stay within the confines of Nigerian football. This time around, is actually Nigerian team going out, traveling to represent Nigeria as far as the CAF competition is concerned. We have 2 representatives in the CAF Confederations Cup right now, Rivers United and the competition. The first leg and the 2-all right here in Nigeria at the Samuel Ogbomedia Stadium. Big mountain to climb. The first match of the Confederations Cup in a narrow escape for them. They won 1-0, went away, and they were able to get the result. This is actually a different ball game entirely because they have to do it without the services of their striker or at home at the Samuel Ogbomedia Stadium. This is because it's a independent insurance. Have a player busting onto the scene, within the local league. Before you know it, they move on. They move on to, greener pasture. If they are not moving to Europe, they are moving to they are moving to Asia. They even move as far as India. They move to Pakistan. They move to North Africa, but they don't stay long in Nigeria to actually, get to improve the team. So this is something that we're going to talk subsequently, maybe when we have more time. We're going to dedicate at least 30 minutes to discuss that particular issue. But we're going to move on. But before we move on the show, we'll take a short break. And when we come back, we'll talk about the various leagues in Europe as we round up the show. Still remain Austin Arome, and this is Sports Center right here on TRIKOSIA TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Sports Center right here on TRIKOSIA TV, and we're moving on. And this time around, we're moving straight to Europe. But then while we are in Europe, we're still talking Nigerian issue. And this time around is Victor Osimhen that is in the news. Earlier in the week, there was a post from his club. It was on the official TikTok account of Napoli Football Club of Italy, where the video was shared of Victor Osimhen missing a penalty, which was dubbed with a high-pitched voice, saying, "Give me penalty, please." And there was another one, which is actually talking about coconut. Someone was saying coconut, something like that. Who saw that video felt it was an insult on a player that has done so much for the club. He won the Italian Serie A for the club. He's virtually the best player that they have on the team. And it was an issue over the week, but then the club have actually come out. They said that it was never meant to offend or mock Victor Osimhen on social media, but the stop short of publicly apologizing to him. But actually, the Napoli statement said it was the way people perceive it. They have actually come out to apologize. That was not what they actually meant. But then, Eric, they actually have to do that in the first place.
No, they don't have to do that. It's uncalled for. Like I've said earlier, you see a lot of double standard being played in all these sectors and different organizations, clubs and all this. Most especially Italy, which is one of the home for racism.
Yeah.
So you get to see a lot of this happening here. I can recall vividly when Napoli won the league at the end of last season.
Yeah.
There was an issue which Nigerians didn't go down well with Nigeria.
Yeah.
When they refused to use Victor Osimhen's picture
as the face of the club.
As the face of the club,
Yeah.
which the whole world knows that is the face of the club.
Yeah.
And rather choose to use another white guy.
As Kelia.
Yeah, you call it how you call it.
Yeah.
It's all right because it's not our native name. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, it's have a kind of racism undertone on it.
Yeah.
And looking back at Champions League again, when Napoli crashed out, the same
Kvaratskhelia.
the same Kvaratskhelia gets a goal and tied the game. The match ended in a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Which everybody knows that if
was available in the first leg, yeah, it would have been a different ball game.
Yes, and when you look at their style of play, and the Kvaratskhelia tended like serious tendency to be selfish at so many occasions where you see players like free, that he can pass the ball to, but he refuse to pass the ball and try to go get. And I'm not surprised though, because like when we cry, we see a lot happening in our league, league here in Nigeria, even to the grassroots. Officials of the game going extra length to give some referees tip just to gain some undue favors over the.
This season, it seems like they are playing very well. And another team again that is actually unbeaten is Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are unbeaten as well. Arsenal is unbeaten. But then the fascinating thing about Tottenham Hotspur is like they have a new coach. I've forgotten. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Most times I try. But then let's talk about the team. They're doing so well, unbeaten. They played against some of the best teams in the league already. Last weekend, a lot of people say this was a big test for them against Arsenal, and it was an examination or a test that they actually passed, not with flying colors though, because it was a 2-2 draw against Arsenal last weekend. But this weekend, a different ball game entirely. Liverpool team, playing with so much confidence. What are we anticipating in this particular game?
Yeah, first of all, I think this game will see a lot of goals in this game. That's first and foremost, we'll see a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But how the game will end, I think, in my opinion, it must still end in a draw. Yeah. Because I know Liverpool and Tottenham, they have kind of history. Yeah. But then when you look at what they are doing at this stage of the competition, none of them is willing to back down. You see them coming from goal down to win games, and coming from goal down to draw games. Yeah. So, the teams are determined to do well, and most of the time, this kind of game, just like the way it ended Arsenal and Tottenham. Most of the games like that ends in a draw. Yeah. Because no team will it always ends dramatically. Yeah. You might see a team winning by 3 goals. So a team can go 3 goals up. Yeah. But before the end of the match, you see the match ending in a draw. Yeah. So those matches have some kind of as if it's kind of history replaying itself. But then have shown tremendous
progress.
Progress in this season, even in the League Cup, where it's like they have a kind of default way of starting the game and a default way of ending the game. They can start really falling. If you want to be moved, then
score first,
score first, and then allow them to go, and then refresh. When they come back, it will be baptism. So it's kind of it will be great to see this match, because like the both teams are firing from all cylinders. So I know it's going to be a highly competitive match, and it's always going to be an entertaining match because of the kind of play of these both teams. It's going to be quite entertaining. But my own prediction would be both teams to score.
Okay, this is we're going to wrap it up on the maiden edition of Sports Center. It's unfortunate that we don't have enough time to actually get to talk about the league matches, but hopefully when we come back again next time, we're going to be talking about the results. I want to thank Eric for joining me on the show today. It's actually good to have you here on the show. And on behalf of all of us here, the production crew, we say thank you for watching. I remain Austin Arome, and have a lovely weekend.